Hey, it's G-Force Friday. Tom Ginn here. Hey, with a lot of gratitude, I welcome you here today. And today is our second episode. And I just want to welcome you all aboard and being here today. And we're going to be covering what I think is probably one of the most important things of growth is how to create that vision for yourself and your life, your business. So today we're going to just go through some real basic principles about how to establish that, the concepts. I've been in the personal development industry. I think, if you really look back at my history, it's been since 1983, but as a business and as a career over the last five years now. But I think one of the most important things that's helped me grow is getting coaches to help me get clarity on my purpose and my why. And hopefully today's G-Force lesson, episode 2, how to create that vision, you come away with a new perspective, a new idea, some clarity of what you're trying to accomplish. But before we get going, I just wanted to, reference a few things for your information is, part of what we'll be covering today is some principles I shared earlier is the Karim R. Ellis's book, GPS My Success. Really, we'll be covering some of those points there. But one of the most influential people in my life has been Bob Proctor and his thinking results. I'm a certified consultant helping individuals think their way to results. And that's a whole program that we work with, how to reframe your vision, your goal, what's getting in the way. But today we're just going to take a real foundational approach to what it takes to create a vision, the concepts. So, but I definitely want to give a few, here's that information here to write it down. The Power of Vision, Karim Ellis. Okay, GPS My Success. And I am a prodigy and a certified coach with Bob Proctor, Thinking to Results. He's impacted my life beyond measure. But I also want to send some kudos out to some people that has got me to this point to put a live stream out. This is really a challenging thing. It challenges your fear. It causes you to grow and stretch. And so I just want to first say kudos and thank you, Mark Gassert, for being my friend and my colleague and sharing with me Ken Walls. Ken Walls is a phenomenal person teaching these principles. And his influence here in the short period of time I've been introduced to his program is phenomenal. And I just encourage you to seek him out as well. Also, his influence in what he's doing, I want to share kudos to Glenn Morshower. He did a workshop the week before last for Ken and his group, which I'm part of. And he really pinpointed some things I'll be covering today. And I just want to give credit to some clarifications that helped me better understand how to communicate visions and goals and those type of things today. And also just recently had the opportunity to see the teachings of Jeffrey Gittimore, which is part of this whole group. And, part of getting to where you want is you got to change the circle of people you're around. So it's really important to, as you grow, change your circle. They will cause you to change your perspective, cause you to push yourself, give you new ideas, new ways to approach whatever you're seeking in life. Because success leaves clues, and I'm a big student of finding out what are those clues for success. And this principle we're covering today is part of it. And also, failure leaves clues. So it's only through awareness do we grow. And so today it's my honor to share some principles with you that has helped me grow. Okay. So we're going to get going here right now. And I'm going to get this program going. We really want to start creating a vision. So many coaches and mentors out there talking about the goals and plans and all things, and they're important. I don't want to discount those at all. But when you look at success in any field, whether it be in business, whether it be in the spiritual realm, faith-based people or sales or whatever, the most successful people have a vision. And, in my business career, I created a business around my photography, and I used a spiritual print beyond the mind's eye, because our vision is limited in our physical sense. So to grow, we want to take what our gifts are beyond what we have in our physical eye, beyond our mind's eye. That is visionary. That is a gift that has been given to each one of us. So in envisioning your future now is part of the principle is you create your destination before you arrive. And I'm going to cover some of those principles to help you come away with how to do that more effectively. So, hey, if you got any comments, be free to write them down. If you have questions, I'll be glad to stop and answer them. Give you a shout out for being here today. Hey, share this information. Mark your notifications for the future. So I just appreciate you being here today. And so we're just going to go through some principles. It's going to maybe 20 minutes. Hey, it may go longer depending what type of interaction we have here. But I just want to say thanks for being here today. And it's my honor to share what has been shared with me. It's impacted my life. It's impacted dozens of people I've coached over the years. So if not hundreds. So let's sort of move through here. I like to the purpose of what I'll be covering today is to cause you to think, maybe rethink things in a different perspective and touch you at an emotional level, because that's where everything operates, is at the emotional level. So hopefully some things that we'll cover here. And, I think, when we have a vision, we take life a whole lot, we put a different emphasis on it. And here's a tragedy. The wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard, because it's where the graveyard is where you'll find those inventions that were never acted upon. That's where you'll find the books that could have been read to influence. It's in the graveyard, the dreams that people have that never came to reality, and hopes and aspirations that were never acted upon. So it's really important that, we have so much to contribute. Let's not leave them in the graveyard. Let's take our visions of our life, our purpose, and take it to the world with that. So I'd like to start with this quote by William Shakespeare. See, the universe and the earth has more than we can comprehend. And this is what Shakespeare said. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy. And what he is referencing is our thinking. See, we cannot comprehend infinite supply and infinite potential. So we all have some degree of limiting beliefs. So hopefully today will inspire you to see what it takes to lift the lid off and tap into infinite supply. In my teaching and coaching, there's to get the things we want in life is around goals and dreams and aspiration, but there's only 3 ways that we get things done. And Bob Proctor teaches this in his program, Thinking into Results. Type A goals. These are things we've done before. Hey, I got a goal to buy a car. Well, the question is, have you bought a car in the past? Yes. That's not a goal. It's not a goal. And You've done it before. And this is type B goals. This is where most of us have been taught and trained. This is what our employer asks of us. It says, your 4th of July goals, you put them down. If I do A plus B plus C, I should get some sort of desired results. However, they work short term and very short term. And here's the reason why. We're going to shift your thinking about goals from a formula, A plus B plus C. Here's the problem. First obstacle that we have, most people quit. They drop the goal. Or they're downsized, they will settle for less. So to really accomplish those things that you want in life, really has to move to something bigger. That's what we call a C-type goal. That's something you've never done before. It's so big and audacious, as I would say, that it scares the living out of you. It makes you nervous, causes you to lose sleep at night. That's a vision. That's something you've never done before. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Glenn Morshower, I want to contribute this, in his conversation last week, he edified the purpose of a vision. And anybody that's succeeding at high levels have visions. They don't talk about their goals. So visions. You own it now. You see it now before you obtain it. And he says, claim it. You own it. And he made a comment about goals. And because I asked him a question, what's your thought on goals? And he says, goals are not ownership. You're still reaching. You don't own it. It's not internalized it. And when he was talking about that, it really brought a new perspective on goals. And that, we're reaching. We haven't obtained it. There's no belief yet. See, the belief starts in the thought before you obtain it. So he says, he made this comment. It's my nature to be more loving. It's not my goal to become more loving. It's my nature. I own it. It's part of me. It's who I am. It's my nature to be more successful. It's my nature to be more giving. It's my nature. So just by shifting some words and how that internalizes us to our internal thinking shifts everything. It shifts our belief system in a deep, profound way. See, when we're the things I'm going to cover here today are just strictly some things to hopefully get you to think a little bit of where you're at. How do you start your process for your goals, your dreams, and all those things? See, most people, including myself in the past, I would come from this approach. When I have more time, I will spend more time with my family. Or when I have more money, I will do. When I have something more, I will do. And that's limiting beliefs. It's excuses, and we're making circumstances the excuse instead of taking action. See, successful people, they have a vision. They believe it's already here within them, and they're being it. They're being it. And when we have that internal, we start doing those things to support the outcome that we're seeking. Then we have it. See, having it starts in the mind. It starts in the mind. Everything's created twice, actually 3 times. If you believe in this, your creator's already created everything you need. And then all we do is co-create. So we create it in our mind, we visualize it, and then we take different steps of action to accomplish it through belief and faith and a number of other things. So this is what we're talking about. The ladder to our success. We start with a vision, a clear mental outlook of where we want to be. There's no doubt. It's clear as this picture that we're looking at each other. Then we have the goals. Within that vision are all the elements of our lives, our career, our businesses, our family, our faith, our community. And they all make up your vision because they've got to work in alignment and harmony. If they're not, your life is not going to work the way you want it to. So your vision is the foundation. And that's what Dr. Miles Monroe shared, is when you have a vision, it makes life simple, and it dictates what you do and who you do it with, and everything else falls in alignment. Having that vision. See, a lot of people trying to identify what success is. And some people say it's the size of my bank account, the home I live in, and all those things are just something you look at in a barometer of accumulating stuff. But really, success, when you're going after something you've never done before, you have to grow internally. So real success is who you're becoming along the way. As you become better, you get closer to your goal. You have to become better to get someplace you've never been. See, the old thinking, the old vision, your old GPS got you to where you're at. It won't take you to that new destination. So success, from my perspective, is who you become along the way. You're getting better. And a key principle, and when you're establishing your vision for yourself and your life, is therefore I think. I think, therefore I am. See, words are powerful. I am is a very powerful statement. It is the now. It's a belief. It's a faith. You own it now. I am. See, what we think about the most determines what we become. So understanding when you're creating your vision, and I coach on this, and I help people craft their visions by understanding the power of these words. I am. I am. Because the I ams, I believe, are probably two of the most powerful words that are out there. See, what you put after the I am really shapes your reality. And you got to have gratitude, G-force. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm full of love. I'm full of prosperity. You fill in the blank, but you own it now. So the I am, when you're creating your vision, it's got to be futuristic, but in the present tense at the same time. Ownership, claiming it. Claiming it. Like Glenn Morshower said, there is no room for anything but obtaining the vision. There's no room for it. If you leave room, you're setting yourself up not to attain it. So it's a mindset, it's a commitment, an internal desire that you have to accomplish that element of your vision. Claim it, own it today, even before you have it. If your goal is to have $1 million in your bank account next year at this time, claim it now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have $1 million, because guess what? Your subconscious does not know whether you have a $1 or $1 million. It only believes what you feel about it. And then you will do those things in action to accomplish it. And when you're creating a vision, there's some principles to really understand to make sure they stick within you. And I'm going to cover something here that's going to maybe blow your mind a little bit. Is, people with clear written goals accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people without them could ever imagine. That's Brian Tracy. Now, this is a known principle for eons, and there's been studies around it. And I'm going to just share with you a Harvard study regarding that. And Harvard did a study, and what they found out, 3% of the Harvard graduates had clear written goals. And I'm talking about not just a notepad of some ideas and some bullet points. It's a manuscript. It's their life written out in the form of A book, when you read it, it's forming pictures. It has emotion. It has all the detail. It has every aspect of it. It's like a novel. When you read a novel, you're engrossed in it. You see it and you get involved with it. See, your vision has to be that detailed in writing. And people say, well, I don't believe that's true. Hey, let's take a look at this. Those top 3% made 10 times more income than the other 97%. I think that's an interesting success clue to embrace, take action upon it. And then 13%, this is where a small percent of the population even has an idea what their goal in life is, what their why is. And that's a 13%. That's something we do on New Year's. We get, I'm going to go to the gym. This year, I'm going to change what I do in my business. I'm going to change my relationships. I'm going to do all these things in the form of goals. Only 13%. And then 84% of the people walking around this earth have no goal or no vision, no purpose. And that's a tragedy. Okay. And there's a lot of reasons with that. And when I get into coaching, we uncover why people are stuck in those areas. So clue number 1, writing. It's powerful, clear, concise. And that's what I teach, how to craft that. It's genius. When we write, the pen it changes everything, how our thinking works. It brings out creativity. It brings out our genius. So writing is a very powerful way to put that and create your novel of the outcome you seek before you obtain it. Write them. And also, I like to say, when you're creating your vision and these concepts, I hope that they're sticking to a little bit here, is your vision's like a blank canvas. You're creating in your mind. It's already created within the universe. But now you're co-creating, and you're created in your mind first. Everything in our universe has been created twice. This pen has been created at least twice. It was always been here. Somebody thought of this particular pen, it created in their mind, and then they took it and they created it and put it on canvas. So start where you're at today. Clean canvas. Where do you want to go in the future? See, this artist right here, she had that picture in her mind before she started painting it. But when she started painting, she recognized maybe a little more detail here, a little more clarity here. And that's your vision. And it's not a static thing. It's not linear. You keep adding to it. You get clarity and clarity. You get more and more focus on it through the process. But you start with that clear mental picture in advance. Start with a clean slate of where you want to be. When I was, you've been in sales and management, and I've heard these things in the past. Vision board. Get a vision board. Put them up, pictures all over the place. Make a board. You know what? I had that attitude. It wasn't a very good attitude, to be honest with you. That's hokey pokey. Come on. Sit around, cut out magazine pictures, put them on a piece of board, look at them all day long. I'm going to manifest them. You know what? I was wrong. They work. See, it's keeping your vision in front of you at an emotional level at all times. It keeps you focused on the things you want to do in life. It's your litmus test. It's your truth statement, because everything that comes in your life, and if it's not matching up with your vision, you don't do it. You don't do it. Makes your life simple. And they work. And I think it was UCLA did a study on vision boards, and it's worked out the same way as those that write their clear mental picture in writing obtained more. They accomplished their goals. In many cases, the picture they put up is the exact place they end up living. And that's not by accident. So having your vision around you at all time keeps you emotionally involved with it. And see, your you see, creating a vision is like a GPS. You know, if you want to go someplace, and you use the metaphor of a GPS, you just can't put vague information in to expect that you're going to get to the destination you want. Hey, I just want to go to Main Street. Well, what Main Street? What city? What's the address? What state? All that detail, very minute detail, it gets you there. See, your vision has to have that much detail in it. But, you know, we do get off track. You know, we lose our signal from time to time. How do you get back on? It's that written manuscript. It's your novel. It's your script. It's your pictures around you. Getting on track, staying plugged in with people that will support you in your vision. But see, here's the thing. Your GPS that has been programmed has a history, old history. It's gotten to you where you are today. And I guarantee you, it won't take you to that new destination. So you have to clear your old history, and recreate a new destination with all the details. And a lot of that old history is belief systems and attitudes and internal paradigms, we call them. And so when in creating your vision, that's where coaching and mentoring really help clear up the obstacles and keep you on track in relation to your vision. See, and here's the problem. See, most of us think because I've got knowledge, I should be able to accomplish X, Y, or Z. You know, 20% of success in anything is only knowledge. The remainder of it is attitudes and belief systems and habitual habits, the internal things. See, sometimes our thinking gets in our own way, our cognitive thinking, our logical and reasoning mind. See, but logic and reason applies to what I call the physical world, that we can say if we do X, Y, and Z, the logic says it should do this. But when we're dealing with ourselves, we are programmed and we have our own perception of what reason and logic is. And sometimes it's false. So when you're creating your vision, don't let your intellectual mind get you confused. Because your emotional mind, your self-conscious, your subconscious will never lie to you. It will never lie to you. Don't let your short thinking, intellectual mind get in the way of creating your vision. See, when we're creating our vision, it's really important to understand that we're going after something we've never done before. It's audacious and it's scary, excites you. But if the first thing that comes out, and Glenn Morshower affirmed this with me as well. See, the first thing that comes in, if the first thing that you say to yourself, how, it automatically leads to can't. As Glenn said, I will not do it. Because it's our internal program, our belief systems have gotten to you where you're at, and it already says everything's cool. You know, you're not worthy of that. Who are you kidding? See, our subconscious is a thing that is a stumbling block for us in understanding your vision, and how to change that thinking in alignment with your vision is where coaching and mentoring come in. See, when we have a strong enough why, I'm a financial coach and I deal with behavior before numbers. And when our why is strong enough, we'll figure out how. And as we become more aware, the things and our solutions that we're looking to accomplish our vision are already there. But we don't see them. And we only see them through awareness, through study, following the footpaths of other successful people. How do they think? Changes our awareness. And that's how you get to your vision, is through growth and belief. See, and I want to go through some of these principles with you because we've been conditioned. See, I want to go back to when we were children. Think about it when you were a child, whether you're a little girl and you're playing princess or nurse or doctor or whatever it is, kids, firemen, football players. Mine was a pirate, man. I love being a pirate. And I'd be playing out in the backyard by myself, my patch on my eye and the sword in my hand and my cape and all that type of stuff. And guess what? It was the fantasy. It was real. See, if you're going to create your vision, you have to get back to that childlike state, because when you're a child, you didn't care what other people thought. See, and that's the problem. Creating fantasies and dreams have been squashed in our culture. Amazing. My stepfather said to me, Tommy, aren't you a little too old to be playing pirate? You know, it squashed my dream. And it happens all the time. My wife had an experience with one of her colleagues. And they were standing in a window, rainy summer day, the flowers moving back and forth. And her colleague's daughter was a little 4 or 5-year-old girl, tugged on mama's trousers and said, Mommy, look, the flowers are singing and dancing for me. And the mother bent down and said, Mary, flowers don't sing and dance. See, that's what's happened in our culture, and our loved ones, our family and friends. They want to protect us. They want to help us grow, but sometimes they squash our dreams, our fantasies. So you got to get back to that heart space as a child. And what are the excuses you have? Hey, only if I had $1 million. Only if I had more of this. What are your excuses? See, there's a lot of things you can go after your vision. Doesn't take money. The question is, why aren't we doing them? What are your excuses? And see, one of the things that, you know, it's so important. I made a decision a while back. I don't want to live my life with regrets. I had lived up to this a number of years ago, regretting that I didn't do more. I didn't do more, become better. I had regrets. Today, I put the regrets behind me because I know moving forward, when I meet my maker, I will go with no regrets because I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to come from my heart. I'm going to understand the principles. I'm going to be able to look back and say, you know what? I gave it all. And that's the power of your vision changes your emotional desire as well. I'm going to cover that. See, I don't regret the things I've done. See, I used to and beat myself up. That's history. I'm creating a new future. I just regret the things I didn't do when I had a chance. See, there's opportunities around us all the time. There's things we should be doing right now. What's holding you back? See, things change in relationship to your vision. And I always like to pose this question. It's a deep one. We don't think about it. But what would you be doing differently today if you knew your date of death? There was a certainty at a certain day and a certain time, your mortal body is ended. What would you be doing? The question is, why aren't we doing it now? Why aren't we doing it now? Because part of your vision is all those little things why aren't we giving more? Why aren't we sharing appreciation with people more? Why aren't we going back and righting the wrongs that we've done to other people? What would you be doing different? Why not now? See, we don't have any guarantees for tomorrow in the form of time. See, this is really in relationship to what I'm sharing. Have a clear mental picture. You know, that us as species, we're going to live maybe 75 years, 80 years, 90, but that's not guaranteed. You know, I'm 70 years of age. There's no guarantee in an hour from now I'll be here on this earth. No guarantees. So time is precious. So let's take a look at the average person that's going to live maybe 75 years. That's 27,375 days. Hey, take your age times 365 and subtract it. In the best case scenario, that's how many days you have left. You can't afford to waste 10 seconds in relationship to your vision and your goal. See, we're not going to be here. Start doing those things to fill your vision today. Bring that happiness and satisfaction in your life today, because there's no guarantee for tomorrow. You can start living that vision today in many areas of your life. See, when we look at our vision, we have to move to some things. What I help in my coaching is uncovering limiting beliefs. So these are three powerful words, and Bob Proctor shares this probably better than anybody ever. Says most people read self-improvement books and they read them, put them on the shelf, and they're just shelf help. Most people don't understand how to study and apply that knowledge at an emotional level, because that's where everything changes. So these are three powerful words or statements that when you get clear on them is I can. There is no room for anything. I can. I believe, a belief system. And there's a lot of things you can do to improve to get to a point where you got to say, I can do that. Okay, you got to work within the physical laws of the universe. Tom Ginn has a vision and a dream to fly like a butterfly. That's not going to happen. I'm 260 pounds. I don't have wings. But through my desire and seeing a clear mental picture, my creative forces kick in, and I can see myself creating a vehicle that looks like a butterfly. I can get inside and experience. See, I can. With a clear mental picture and a vision. Changes everything. There's no can't. I will. A determination. Like Glenn Morshower said, there is no room for not obtaining what you have at an emotional level. And then you claim it now. You own it today before you obtain it. Powerful words. Powerful. See, Bob Proctor talked, what do you want? What do you really want? One of the key books that I've read, and I encourage everybody to do it, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Because I believe it's the first chapter, he's talking about what's your desire. See, everybody wants something in life, but wanting a want's like a wish and a hope. It has nothing other than, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Hey, it'd be nice to have a Maserati. Hey, it would be nice to have a house on the lake. Hey, it'd be nice. Hey, I'd want to travel the world. Wants, wishes, and desires are just fleeting thoughts. Sound good, feel good temporarily. But see, everything that you accomplish in life, obtain, is in direct relationship to desired. You desired it. You desired it. It wasn't, I want it. Hey, it's just like my relationship with a wife. When I first met her, I said I wanted to get to know her. But no, when I really thought about it, because want would have kept me in, oh God, she might say no. She might reject me. But no, but when I moved to, I desire to have a conversation with her. And then the next desire to have a date, and the next desire to be married, and all things in between. Okay? So it's desire is the fuel to your vision. You just can't want it. And then what is your vision worth to you? What's the vision worth to you? Would you die for it, for your family? What's it worth to you? See, if it doesn't have a value to you, you won't do it, or you'll settle for less. What's it worth to you? See, you have infinite supply, infinite potential, if you believe. But you've got to put value on you to obtain it. Am I worthy? See, I had a self-image thing in my life. If you watch my video on my story, what is it worth to you in creating your vision? See, the point of vision and desire are the same. They're the same. Wallace Stevens. Encourage people to seek some of these readings out, internalize them, and understand how they're applied. See, when you're creating your vision, you've got to be in a place of stillness. And what I mean by stillness, when you're really putting focus on what you're trying to accomplish, the writing of it and the I am statements and all things you would learn to make them happen, you got to do it where there's no distractions. Be still. Be still. And because there's things happen. See, silent isn't empty. It's full of answers. See, you can also go to that still place in your mind. You could block out everything and let the universe fill you with information. It's there, but you got to be quiet. You got to be still, especially when you come in to create your vision and your dream. The answers are always there. And it's only through silence, as you create it, can you see them. Be still and know. These are universal laws. Then we come to understand them and apply them, everything changes. So today, I just want to say thank you for being here and allowing me to share what some of the foundational things I work with my clients on in my coaching program. And so today, if you want, I'm just offering an opportunity to give me a shout out. You know, you can email me at the email that's right here. Just put in the subject line, hey, G-Force Discovery. I'll get back to you. We'll just have a conversation. See if I can help you get clarity on your vision. No obligations, no commitments, just an opportunity to help you get clear on that. Or you can just text me results 21,000. Within it, that's my electronic business card, and you can actually schedule an appointment with me right through that as well. My website, you want to know more about what I do, leiconsultingcoaching.com. That's this Life Empowered Institute. That's one of the businesses my wife and I have created to help improve people's lives through our learning center, Life Empowered Institute. So with that, I just want to say thank you for everybody being here, sharing those that were on. Again, there's the information. We spent about 40 minutes today. Boy, but I tell you, it goes by fast. I appreciate those that are still on. Share this out. Every day I'm going to be having snippets of things that I've learned, things I want to share in relationship to upcoming topics. Moving forward, I've got a whole litany. I've got a whole list of people I want to bring in as guests to share how they've created their vision, the outcomes they've got by having a clear mental outcome in their mind. So learning from me is one thing, but when you hear somebody else's story, it brings reality to it. So I'll be doing these programs every Friday, 1 p.m. Central. So turn on your notifications, share this out if you find value with this. And I'm so grateful you're here today. God bless everybody. Have a great day, a blessed day, abundant day. It's your nature. It's not your goal. It's your nature to be more loving. It's your nature to be more successful. It's your nature to have abundance in all areas of your life. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. It resonated to me at a deep level. I hope it does with other people. With that all said, we are signing out. Have a great, great weekend. See ya next week.